Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me today Paul Boruff, who is a professional musician and composer, and also did the music for Vinegar Tom. He was my first and only choice for the job because I've worked with him before and I knew the quality of his work. And so I was happy to have him there. And I was happy especially to have him work with Teresa Volgenel because she was the choreographer. And I don't know two more cheerful people in my life. And they got together and Paul wrote the music. We already had the lyrics for the show from Carol Churchill. And I think the results were excellent. Paul?
Well, thank you. You've already said all that you need about me. I was excellent. I'm a good friend of his and did the show. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yes, great.
But
now we talk about the music.
Yeah, well, let's. I thought that Carol Churchill's music, her lyrics, her words in there, really lent themselves to that modernizing idea that you wanted to do.
Absolutely. I might say that the play is supposedly set in the 17th century, but every time that we have a musical number, we are in the present.
Right, yet they're still apparently dreaming to the future because they're still in their costumes from another time. We had a lot of fine singers, and for me, the best singer of them all was Maxine. I can't quite remember her last name. Do you see that, sir?
Summers.
Summers, yes, Summers.
Yes.
She was by far the youngest one of us.
I remember going to her house, to like a party at her house, there to kind of be as nice as possible to try to get her. And you remember her husband?
Yes.
Who was such a tall man, and who came with us when we went to Poland.
Which would explain why we never saw her when we were all running around doing other stuff. And where's
well,
Maxine?
We do have that one picture with so many of the group in, including you, and including Maxine and Bill, and a lot of our, including the one English person who I've never figured out what he was doing there.
Well, one of the many things I liked about Maxine was her incredible, beautiful voice. And for people who don't know her, you won't have an opportunity now. Back then, when she was doing the show for us, she was in her late 70s.
Yes.
And her voice was as good or better than any other time in her life. And she was the beacon I held up shining to all the other vocalists and says, there's where you want to get to. There's what you want to do. And we had a great time, doing that. She was just as charming and graceful and gracious.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she actually was singing about being old.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't typecast her nothing, did you?
No. What we're talking about, I mean, she has this great line about when she was young, they were blinded by my beauty, and now they're blinded by my age.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody ever saw me, she whispered in a rage. They were blinded by my beauty, now they're blinded by my age. Oh, nobody sings about it, but it happens all the time. Nobody sings about it, but it happens all the time.
We also had Marilyn Scharine doing what you knew more about the part that she did, but she sang too, and she was also wonderful. Now, what I liked about the two vintage veteran performers was there were others that were in the show who did not have that kind of time on stage. and they were very, very jumping into the deep end of a pool in some of the things that they were going for. And it was nice to have a couple of the women around that they could go cry on their shoulder when I beat them up about pitch, timing, or whatever. And to be honest, they were in pitch, or on pitch, and they were in time.
I remember Karen having a fit.
Well, that's because I pushed them. I pushed them.
Yeah.
I pushed them.
And she just went
You know,
off.
I
the
didn't
edge.
know it, but you made me feel like I was suddenly a music producer on Broadway, and I thought, well, I gotta push them. If I don't push them, they won't think I have anything to say. So I did.
Okay.
I pushed them to tears, and they forgave me. There was some really, really fun stuff in this. All of it. The one where they're all singing about. What do you do burning the witches?
Find something to burn.
Yeah, and they
Let
did.
it go up in smoke.
Find something to burn. Let it go up in smoke. Burn your troubles away.
And then there was the one, and each one of the gals took a different one of them. And let me just list them here. If you don't see any other part of this thing, that was Marilyn Scharine, Teresa Volgenau. I never did get that right. And
That's all right.
Tammy Saint Cyr and Tommy
Saint Cyr.
or Tammy, Maxine,
Summers.
and I can't pronounce her name either. That was
Shayla?
Shayla, yeah,
Mhm.
and she has changed her name to Cook. And then
Yes.
Karen
Well,
Alexander.
I don't know if that's probably a married name, do you think?
I don't know.
Or just a change for professional. I was going to ask her, for years I've been coming across Shayla's name and her resume, and she continued, over 20 years, she continued to have Vinegar Tom on her resume.
Ah,
So I was pleased with that.
and she was just a quiet one. I don't ever remember having. She was just gentle and quiet, and her voice was just there. And then there's Karen Alexander, and she was delightful to work with, lively. lively.
I had mine, yes, I know.
And our gal, let's see, what is it down here? I think-
Scharine
Yeah,
Snyder.
Scharine, yes, very delightful.
Scharine is still acting.
What would-
When we had her here, she had to leave a little early because she was going to an audition.
Yes. Now, there was I mean, everybody's kind of on the stage mostly at the same time. There were a few times it was one person or so, but usually joined. In this time, all the women come on at once, and they
At the
wind up terrorizing the guys as they come on, and they're all
Absolutely,
singing.
yes.
I can't remember the name of that particular song.
Oh, I remember a lot about it. It's
The witches.
Evil
Evil
Women.
Evil women.
Is that what you
That's
want?
what- is that
Is
what
that
you
what you want to see?
And all the guys have to say
On your
yes.
movie screen, your very own wet dream.
Oh, yeah.
Evil women, is that what you want? Is that what you want to see? On the movie screen of your very own wet dream. Evil women, evil women.
That was fun getting them over the more suggestive parts and getting them to go ahead and use that. There were a couple of the folks there that
They had the
were
guys
little
down
shy.
there on the floor, and they
Yeah,
were
they got
mauling.
over it real good. Poor Rob. Rob, he looked like he was enjoying that anyway.
He had a Gdansk T-shirt on when he was in Gdansk, but he had a University of Utah one on when he was here.
Well, there's not much more I can say. It was delightful working with Teresa to work out some of the timing things that we hoped that the folks would succeed in doing, and they did marvelously well. We've looked back on the show, and I haven't seen it in a long time, And I'm going, yeah, we.
You just
we
saw
did-
it this morning? then?
Yeah, I did this morning. There
Yeah.
you go. And I'm going, yeah, we did pretty good. Well, really, about all I have left to say was it was an honor for you to have me come and perform that, so we could go to Gdansk and do it, and also to work with Teresa and all the women in the cast. It really helped me turn a page and become more of an artist and musician, and I'm still striving to, be more, and thank you for your support through the years.
Oh,
And on with the show.
are you kidding? I
No.
was going to say, here's a question,
Oh,
Paul. I find it easier to work with women than to work with men.
now what are you saying about?
No,
Am I that
I
hard
don't
to
mean
work with?
I don't mean that. I mean we were working with women. I meant you and I.
Yes, I actually do too. Although, again, I think I learned some boundary things that one should look for in different people. Be aware of where you don't push them too far, or you don't get anything in you, and you can confuse them as to whether they're making progress or not. I learned a lot from that show in that. And oddly, it took me many years to think back on that before I realized, and running into other aspects where I...
It's a long time ago
But
now.
my job was to have people in time and in tune and know the lyrics and understand what they were about, and we had conversations about that. And I was very adamant and very firm in the way I went about approaching it. I've, in my ancient doddering days now, have decided to be a little bit more gentler.
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay.
All this
On
doddering.
film? Figure of speech, my man. Figure of speech.
Okay.
Okay.